Every family has secrets. Some are whispered, others are buried so deep it takes a DNA test to uncover the truth. Welcome to Genetic Confessions, the podcast where unexpected ancestry meets emotional revelation. We will be your guide through true stories of shocking DNA discoveries, hidden siblings, mistaken identities, and the unraveling of everything we thought we knew about family. Some guests are ready to tell all, others prefer to stay anonymous, but one thing's for sure, once you open that test, there's no going back. This is Genetic Confessions. One test, one truth, one lifetime unravel. Guys, and welcome to episode 2 of Genetic Confessions, where DNA doesn't lie, but families do. Okay? Today's episode is about two sisters, one man, two babies, one kitchen showdown that ended in a bloodshed and broken trust. This isn't just regular family drama. It's Maury, Jerry Springer, Snap, just all rolled up into one. Now, before we get started, if you haven't seen episode 1, you should go check it out. It's on YouTube. Okay? Episode 1. Now, you guys had a lot of questions on that episode asking if my sister was going to tell her side of the story or anything like that. And the answer is yes. Yes, she is. The date will be to be announced. We're not sure what date yet. And we are not sure if we will be live streaming it or just recording it and dropping it as an episode. So I'll let you know more of that within the next couple of weeks or so. Okay, now let's get into today's story. Now, these people, they wanted to share their story. Well, one of the sisters wanted to share their story, but they didn't want their names to be in it, so I changed everyone's name. Okay? Everyone's name is changed. Now let's get into it. So, Ashley and Tiana, two sisters born just a year apart, thick-ass thieves growing up. They shared clothes, secrets, and eventually and unknowingly, they shared the same man. We're going to call this man Marcus. Tall, charming, and apparently allergic to monogamy. He said, well, let's start this way. A little background story. So Marcus doesn't have social media or anything, didn't really like to come around the family. He was basically kind of like a secret. Just a secret, right? And he married one of the sisters. But they just had like a regular courthouse wedding, had their first kid, and every time it was time to meet the family, he had a work trip. So he never actually got around to meeting anyone in the family. Okay? So he told the other sister, she was like, oh, well, he said he was single. Like, single. No kids, no girlfriend, nothing. But Marcus was married, living with the other sister, Ashley, and, still had the nerve to tell Tiana, which is the other sister, that he was just crashing at a friend's house, right? Newsflash. It was Ashley's house. Now, they both got pregnant. They're about 3 weeks apart, okay? Everybody excited. Oh, the family, two sisters pregnant. The cousins are going to grow up together. We love this. Same age. They're going to be best friends. Right? But little did they know that family reunions and Christmas is canceled. Okay? Marcus canceled Christmas on their asses. Now, Ashley said everything was good. until the baby shower. Now, no one knew who the baby daddy of Tiana was, but they all knew, you know, Ashley's husband. And they were so excited because the day of the baby shower was the first time the entire family was going to meet Marcus. Okay? And when Marcus walked in, he was surprised to see, well, both his baby mamas there. Actually said, I thought it was a setup. I thought it was, you know, something crazy until Tiana came to her and was like, how you know Marcus? And she was like, well, that's my husband. And Tiana was like, well, that can't be your husband because that's my baby daddy. And we've been going on dates and talking for about a year. Oh, okay. Ashley was upset and Ashley was like, it just turned into WrestleMania. It's no gift, no nothing, just crazy vibes and bad attitudes, right? Tiana decided to say she threw a party with my man holding her belly like if they was the Obamas, and I wanted answers because what the fuck is going on? No, because literally, what the fuck is going on? Like, what's going on? So turns out that on the work trips, he was actually staying with Tiana, right? And every time Tiana was like, oh, let me bring you around the family, it was always, oh, you know, I'm sick or I gotta go to a work trip. And the work trip will be right back to his wife. Mind you, they lived across town, so it was sneaky, very sneaky, very, very sneaky. Okay. Now, we're going to fast forward a little bit, and they both ended up giving birth. Now, they gave birth 2 months apart instead of 3. They were 2 months apart when they gave birth. After they gave birth, they were like, oh, well, you know, Ashley was like, well, I'm going to go see my mom because she wants to see the baby. Little did she know that Tiana was going to be there. Tiana didn't know Ashley was coming. So the mom kind of just like set up this whole thing because she wanted the girls to, you know, like patch things up and get back together because at the end of the day, you know, they're family. Which is okay. It's understandable. I get it. Well, a lot of words was exchanged. Okay? A lot of words was exchanged. They were raising their voices. They got into a heated argument. And the argument just ended up being, we're going to call it the family bonding activity. Welcome to the knife fight. And they ended up stabbing each other, slicing each other in the legs, the arms, stabbing each other in the stomach. And it was just like, wow. Ambulance was called, right? And after the ambulance was called, Marcus came to the house and realized, damn, I'm about to get divorced and have to pay triple child support because now I got 3 kids, right? Ashley said, they say blood is thicker than water, but apparently it is not thicker than this kitchen knife. Because, right? Now, they both ended up in the hospital. They got stitched up. They got patched up. They were in the hospital for about 3 days. Like, that's how bad the wounds and everything was. A lot of blood was shed. It was crazy. Like, it was crazy, this fight. She said once they got to the hospital and they like recovered after the 3-day recovery, they kind of patched things up. They said it was, you know, it was slowly getting back, you know, into everything, and they missed that sisterly bond and they patched things up. Now everything wasn't all, peaches and cream and, everything peachy, blah blah blah. No, it was still that hatred and everything towards each other, but they still, found a way to kind of move past it. 'Cause, for the sake of the mom, the sake of the children, basically the sake of almost everyone. And it's just like, it's so behooving because this guy, it's like something out of a fucking Lifetime movie. And it kind of reminds me of a Lifetime movie. Like, you guys ever seen, oh damn, I don't remember the name of the movie. Was it a Lifetime movie? It could have been one of those Hallmark Christmas movies. I seen it. I think it was on Hulu. Or was it Hulu? I think Hulu has like the Hallmark network on there, something like that. Um, and it was definitely a Christmas movie. And he was in this town, and he had a family there and everything, and like a 2-hour plane ride, he had another wife and kids, and they ended up like being within like the same town around the same time, and then just like found out. It was so weird. Oh, I gotta find the name of that movie, because when I find it, I'm gonna share it with you guys so you guys can see it, because that's exactly what this situation reminds me of, just not with the fighting and stabbing each other. And Ashley, girl, I'm so sorry this happened to you. Tell your sister I'm so sorry it happened to her as well. And I'm glad you guys found the way to move on, you know. And I just have a question, like, what are you going to say to your kids? Like, do you guys say that, yes, they're siblings? Do you guys just say that they're cousins? Um, yeah, I would like to know. I think the audience would like to know. So if you can just, if you see this, I'll also send you an email. But if you see this, or just reply back to my email when I send it, and we would like to hear your answers. Okay? So let me just let everyone know. Sometimes DNA connects us. Sometimes it complicates everything. And sometimes it'll leave you in the ER with your sister and possibly a restraining order. Well, thank you for listening to this episode of Genetic Confessions. And if you have a secret, scandal, or DNA discovery that blew up your life, you can submit it anonymously at our link that's provided in our bio. Because remember, DNA doesn't lie, but families do. And sometimes they stab. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.